Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So, let me just quickly say the reason we're doing this is because of the LR Gohan and Piccolo. Now, it actually has been quite a while since they've come out. I'm a little bit late on this. Now, there's two major reasons why I'm so late. Yeah, October 16th, wow. Number one is because they just dropped an avalanche of stuff on us after that. I mean, look at the amount of characters that have been in here since then. And then number two, with the introduction of these EZAs right here, I wanted to update the Yellow Quinn LR list. I like Gohan and Piccolo. I don't think they're quite good enough for top 10 LR level. They're not. I Gohan's restrictions, I think, hurt the character. Piccolo is really powerful, but, I mean, as far as a slot 1 character goes, for the most part, not really. We could YOLO it if he has his dodge up, but, you know, that's kind of it. So I did want to make sure that the Yellow Quinn LR EZAs are represented on here, the Vegeta and Goku, and the Krillin and Gohan. And let me just start by saying they're not good enough. They're not even on here, so let's jump in. Broly, Sean, Lemo. I mean, maybe this is kind of just at, like, me being nice or whatever, but Broly, Chan, Lemo, I mean, we could keep them on here. They certainly can be effective on setups. As long as you have a character giving them orbs, they have, I mean, basically nearly the strongest thing you can do, which is guaranteed dodge. I don't want to say it's just outright, oh, the best thing you could do no matter what. It probably is, but, I mean, the scariest boss right now, sort of, the phase at least, 17 and Golden Frieza does cancel dodge. So, although this character, if we speak about that fight directly, in slot 3, this character with a decent amount of orbs, they could tank the normals. Super attack is death. But this character, you know, so, like, if you get there, like, they're not an instant L against that 17 and Golden Frieza phase the way many characters, like, say, Hirudegarn. It's just a fish in there, right? This character, you know, you get them, you know, full key, and then they're able to get, where is it, like, this up, this helps them. This ability can be pretty good for some characters, by the way, getting extra damage reduction, right? This could be useful in the new Gogeta and Janemba fights. You know, them in slot 1, 100% dodge, and then giving extra damage reduction. Janemba and Gogeta are very commonly supering slot 3. So, this unit can help you with that. I like them. They would be much higher if they could create their own orbs. They can, when, you know, conditionally when your HP is low. I do really like this ability, but for the most part, they need a character to create orbs for them. Next is AGL Ultimate Gohan. I think that this guy is probably a bit overhated, but, I mean, he still does, he feels just a little weird to me. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. He's just a bit odd. He's helped out a lot by the Family Kamehameha Gohan being a Majin Buu Saga character. That helps this guy and Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku a lot, having just a top 5 Buu Saga character in the game. Because that's kind of what hurts Buu Saga a little bit. Like, the team is good, the Golden Week, all those characters are good, but they needed, like, a really dominant LR. You know, because right now, I don't know how long this is going to last, but LRs pretty much just completely run the game right now. It's just, it's not that CURs are just automatically bad or anything like that, but LRs just run shit. Gohan could be effective. You could do shenanigans with his active skill. He could get enough power to really blow away, like, Bulma and Goku and Frieza and stuff like that. I mean, he does have some guard, but his defense is not exceptional. He's more of an offensive unit. Speaking of, we can grab our next character here, Tech LR Broly. I feel like this guy is very popular, and people probably would want this guy higher up. He is good. All he brings to the table is damage. And you guys know, oftentimes I'm like, yeah, there's, you know, like, that's the most easily replaceable thing, pretty much. It's just damage. Most good characters nowadays, well, are usually balanced. They have good defenses, you know, at least reasonable offenses. But I will say, like, when you transform with this guy, he does get a level above just, like, doing damage. He is doing, like, run clinching damage. Like the boss is dead. Like, so, in the Goku and Frieza fight, let's just, again, the fight starts, he's okay phase 1. Phase 2, he's a fish. 17 can kill Broly at any second he desires. So that is a little bit iffy. 17 and Golden Frieza, you're probably going to be transformed. I think Broly typically should be okay against their normals. Super attack from them, and he's dead. And then Goku and Frieza, he's fine, because Goku and Frieza statically only super in slot 1. And let's say Goku and Frieza are below 50%, where their normals would probably kill Broly. It's not going to matter, because he's going to put them away anyway, because his damage is so crazy. So, like, this guy can be a great closer against Goku and Frieza, maybe even the Bulma fight, which is long, right, to kind of put them away with his incredible damage towards the end. But he is very, very susceptible to instant death in Goku and Frieza early on, and Gogeta and Janemba. So, like, I do want to respect, like, you know, damage, again, oftentimes I feel like is overrated, but there is a level of damage you could hit that's actually, like, you know, even I will go, okay, it's ring kissing time, and this guy hits that, for sure. Like, you know, you pop that active, again, he will just wipe away Goku and Frieza by himself. Just clean them up. So, he's good. But I just tend to, like, you know, stronger defense or other abilities besides just damage. Here's where we can get Gohan and Piccolo coming in. Now, I feel like this character should be higher, but even if you have all of their damage reduction up, dude, like, I know they've got this, you know, 80% damage reduction right there. And, I mean, you think it's so good, but they can actually get smoked, man. Like, you know, maybe it's just by Gogeta and Janemba, but, like, you know, they could take a lot of damage. We had Gohan get killed. What was the video I did last time? It was the Lord Slug long video. We had Gohan and Piccolo die a couple of times in the Goku and Frieza fight in there. And it's just, like, the restrictions. It's just, you know, you gotta be in slot 1. It's only for his first 2 rotations. Namek, Saga, or Namekian ally on the rotation. It's just a lot. And then, I mean, the transformation, it's not the worst ever, because Goku and Frieza is a fight where you're going to be wrapping it up typically on, like, turn 8, 9, 10, every time. So, like, you'll see Piccolo in that fight, always. But, it's just, you know, Gohan, if you get him turn 1, he is at risk. Because, no matter what, unless you get him turn 1, leave him in slot 1, turn 3, and then on turn 5, your HP is below 70%, so you can transform. You know, if this guy shows up on turn 2, you're fine. But if he shows up on turn 1, like, you have to do something, like, to put him in a different spot. I almost wonder if maybe this should have been 5 turns right here, or this should have been lowered to 5th turn. I think either of those would have helped this character quite a bit. Because I've had it happen a lot of times where it's like Gohan shows up turn 1 and it's like, okay, HP condition is unreliable. Like, do I leave him slot 1 right here and then float him at the end of the next rotation? I did that yesterday and he got killed. Like, it's like, we're going to be left with him in a weakened state to where he can be punished by the boss. Piccolo is really good. Really powerful. He does have 100% dodge, you know, when the turn starts, if your HP is below 70%. He's got the healing. He's got 50% crit. He's got huge damage reduction. He has superclass allied defense support. Like, Piccolo is really, really good. If we were just talking about standalone Piccolo, I would have this guy way higher, but we're not talking about standalone Piccolo, right? Oh, here, let me actually slide them in right there. But yeah, I do like them, but it's just, I do think the restrictions hurt, right? Like, if this was, I don't know what to change this to, but at this restriction and this one right here, it's just a lot, and you feel it. You feel it. You know, earlier this year, Cell Max had all these restrictions. It wasn't something you felt. Nowadays you do. But, like, you know, sometimes people overdo the restrictions. Like, it's not actually that big of a deal. But, like, this is a character where I think it does. Like, you do feel it. You do feel it quite a bit. All right, so next, we can get Bulma in here. Bulma is crazy, dude. The design of this character is just timeless. It's so crazy. She really can take a lot of damage early on. I found her to be a little bit more effective maybe than, you know, some other characters like Easy Attack Broly or something like that. But her creating rainbow orbs and then just drenching the team and support, this active skill, what this can do to characters, she's just so crazy. She's just so silly. And I just find myself using her constant. I can't get her off my team. I was struggling. I was close to putting her higher. But I was like, I mean, she can take a lot of damage, though. That's the thing. Like, last year, she was competing for #1 overall because her defenses were on par with some of the best characters. Nowadays, that's not the case, right? I think there is a sweet spot turn on her active turn where she's built up. Where is it? She's built up quite a bit of this, and she's still guarding from her intro. Like, she's got a sweet spot turn where she could be pretty good defensively, but, I mean, you're not seeing that super often, right? But regardless, I think Bulma is a fantastic LR still. Next, we can go and get LR Turles. I just think LR Turles, this is just... And let me grab this next character, too, Team Universe 7. I think you could probably... This trio right here, you could probably mix and match. I think that these are to me, these are winning characters, these three. These, like, really powerful support type characters. I think I'll concede to Turles and Team Universe 7 above Bulma because I feel a little bit more confident in their defensive abilities right away than I do in Bulma, right? Turles does have a restriction you have to respect, and to be fair, so does Team Universe 7, so maybe if we wanted to argue for Bulma, we could point that out. But again, I don't really feel Turles or Team Universe 7's restrictions. I don't think I really feel those right now. Like, those are, like, Gohan and Piccolo, it's, like, brutal. Turles, I don't really feel it. Because Terrifying Conquerors has gotten a lot of help. I mean, now I am considering Turles on the Slug team. He works really well, links up great with Lord Slug. I mean, we have a rotation of maybe something like, I don't know, Carnival Tech Broly slot 1 or Janemba. Slug slot 2, Turles slot 3, boom. Like, we're cooking. We are cooking. I like Turles quite a bit. I think this character's good. Just a nice, powerful character you just throw in on the team. I mean, provided you have a lot of these, but again, the Brolys are very good. A lot of pretty competent Terrifying Conqueror characters right now. So, I do like Turles quite a bit. I found Turles to be a very effective character. So there's that. And then this unit, maybe the one thing you could say is that Universal Survival Saga, maybe it's tough to find a spot for them. But, like, this is a really good character, man. Their damage reduction, their 2-turn support. The one thing that I really wish was maybe a little bit better is, damn, if only their Rainbow Orb changing was just like a thing they always did. Oh, man. That would feel really good for them. But, I mean, again, you're talking about another 2-turn support type character, man. At, like, these supports and stuff. These characters are just, they're very good. I love these three right here. Great characters, great characters. All right, so now we can get to the top 3. We can go and grab 17 and Golden Frieza right here. Now, we could talk about who is at 2 as well. Salmax. I considered, actually, putting 17 and Golden Frieza above Salmax, but I couldn't. So, 17 and Golden Frieza, they're very simple. They just don't take damage in slot 2 and 3. Period. That's it. And they have no restrictions. So, like, this is a character you could always just throw on the team, and they don't take damage in slot 2 and 3. They're great. Awesome. This is a great easy A, right? We look at some of these teams. Universal Survival Saga, Join Forces, Reps Universe 7, Tournament Participants, Battle Wits, Battle of Fate. You toss them just on the team, slot 2 and 3, they're safe. Period. Love it. Now, Cellmax, his restrictions, right? So this specifically and this specifically are things you have to play around with big time right now, for sure. You feel it. I think you feel these quite a bit. But, so also, Cellmax to me is very iffy in the Janemba and Gogeta fights. Very iffy. He gets cooked because he has one of the worst mechanics you could have, which is this right here. But Cell Max just wins Goku and Frieza and the Bulma fights. Like, you get to the end and you drop that active and the fight's over. So it's a little tough. I mean, I would tumble this guy quite a bit down like an overall LR top 10. I mean, this guy, might, he's way down there if he's even in top 10 at all, maybe. But dude, you drop this active right here. I mean, this is the best one of all the targets or taunts. I mean, you could say like Gogeta's is really crazy, but 17 and Golden Frieza exist, right? Gogeta's taunt does nothing against them. They'll kill him because dodge is canceled. This, like, Bulma, 17 and Golden Frieza, Goku and Frieza, all of them. Cell Max would be way better if Super Bosses was a real thing. Because then you could run him in Gogeta and Janemba, and he could still die easily. But maybe he's on turn 1, you float him, he shows up on turn 4, and you win the fight. Right? But, unfortunately, Super Bosses sucks ass. It's crazy. They spent 6 months constantly going Super Bosses. More like 7 months. Just constant Super Bosses, and the team is fodder. Right? Like, the team is terrible, man. Super Bosses is horrible. Rose should have been made a little bit stronger. In slot 1, like, they made Rose like an offensive powerhouse, but like that's what the whole team is. So it's like, like Super Bosses has no defense whatsoever, so they just get cooked. You're just like trading L's every second. So I can respect Cell Max pretty much just off of this, and that he still does dominate the hardest fight in the game. The hardest fight in the game, remember, the reason it's the hardest, by the way, I'm trying to mention this as much as I can. It's not Goku and Frieza with their, 5.6 million super. It's not their damage threshold. It's not 17 and Golden Frieza dodge canceling. It's not Android 17 locking turn 2. It's none of that. It's all of it combined. That's what makes the fight so tough. You have just 3 crazy toxic phases. Bam, 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 one after another. And you have to respect them all, right? Cell Max can really work super good in there. Because 17, Cell Max can live in slot 1 easily. Then 17 Golden Frieza, he has true type advantage. And then Goku and Frieza, he has the best active in the game, maybe. One of them. Besides like Ghost Ushers and... Like, this is just I don't know, like, rather than say, like, the best active skill or one of the best active skills, like if I did a tier list of all active skills in the game, I would have Cell Max's in the highest tier, for sure. Because unless he's going to get hit by, like, Mai or Launch from the exciting heroine battle event, like, nothing can hurt Cell Max when he pops his active. Like, no boss is capable of doing it right now. So, there's that. And we don't even have to talk about one. It's Janemba. And Janemba is just not... Janemba's not comparable to the rest of this list, pretty much. Like, it's just... I'm not even... no offense. Maybe someone would be upset. I'm just not even talking about him. Like, he's just... so clearly number 1 by far. Like, none of the characters on this list are, I think, close to him. Maybe that's really glaze or whatever, but, like, he's so crazy. I swear to God, people forget that he has a Team Protector ability. And he just takes away, like, the boss ability of Super. Like, people just fucking forget. Like, they have, and by the way, the scariest bosses in the game, STR Bulma and STR Goku and Frieza, it's past turn 6. So... like, this guy's just nuts. He's nuts. We don't need to spend time talking about him. I think something like this is what it looks like. It looks a little bit goofy when almost every character's just on that same line, but, like, I don't know. If you had, like, the best debater in the world debate me, like, I don't know, one of these characters against Cell Max, like, could they beat me? So, like, that's my point is, there's arguments you can make for a lot of characters like here. There's crazy people out there who will have Broly, Chan, Lemo at 1 on this list. I mean, they're not on Janemba's level, but, like, I mean, could they be 2? On any given turn, Broly, Chan, Lemo could be at number 2 on this list, for sure, right? So yeah, I feel good about this. I wanted to get Bulma up higher, but I think Universe 7 and Turles, to me, I just feel like their defenses turn 1 are just way better than Bulma's turn 1. And that matters a lot. But yeah, This looks good. Here's what we had. This is the last Yellow Coin LR list I did, September 13th. So obviously, remember, this is pre Gogeta and Janemba fights. Those now exist. So Cell Max, I think, falls off. Like, that changes things quite a bit. Because 2 of the 4 major fights to me, I mean, if you guys look, I literally got the thumbnail. We got the 4 fights, right? That's the 4 fights. Goku and Frieza, Bulma, Super Janemba, Super Gogeta. Those are your 4 fights right there. And half of them, Super Gogeta and Super Janemba, just terrorize Cell Max, right? Yeah, UI, get out of here. Jiren, get out of here. Maybe, like, Krillin and Gohan and Vegeta and Goku, like, if we expanded this list out a little bit more, I think they start to come into discussion probably after Bullet Challenge. Like STRUI Goku and Krillin and Gohan and Tech Jiren and Vegeta and Goku are kind of like the next ones up. Right? Yeah. Damn, this is bad. What the hell? Yeah, like, I don't even, like, yeah, like, it's like, yeah, like, Krillin and Gohan, STRUI, Tech Jiren, and Vegeta and Goku, they're, like, next up on this list, but I would put them all of them a tier down below. So, let me know what you guys think. Let me know how stupid I am. I love you guys. Mwah! And I'll catch y'all next time.